In 2023, I ended up with 1,281 different laps on exactly 200 different roller coasters, 45 of those being new credits. It's the fourth time in the last 5 years that I have topped 1,000 total laps, and with one full week of vacation that was devoted to Disney World, where you don't expect to get a ton of coaster rides, I was surprised that I wasn't too far off from last year's total. My honorable mentions list here shows ones that have from 10 to 19 laps. Tiebreaker advantages go in favor of the rides that I had fewer days at. One thing of note here is that Cedar Point has gotten so crazy busy that even with 4 full days, it can only manage a couple of honorable mentions. Plus, you can see Kumba at 18 laps, which was my high at Busch Gardens Tampa. My most ridden coaster last year was Iron Gwazi with 105 laps in 6 days, but I only got 8 this year over 2 full school days. So the days of being able to marathon Iron Gwazi on school days seems to already be over, as it had a 30 to 60 minute wait almost all the time. Starting my main list will be 4 rides that I got 20 laps on. Wildfire at Silver Dollar City over 4 different weekends, so this isn't the last time that this park will be represented. And I got 20 on Orion as my most ridden coaster at Kings Island, but I was marathoning everything there as lines were short, plus I did the water park and shows. And with Dragon Slayer at Adventureland in Iowa, I got 10 laps on both days there. Never did I think that an SNS free spin would make a list like this, but this one is dramatically better than all the others, and it's worthy of a ton of rides. Then I got 20 laps on Storm Chaser at Kentucky Kingdom in just one day there. I love that this park doesn't draw huge crowds. In 11th place, we go right back to Adventureland in Iowa for Monster with 23 laps. This is truly an elite coaster, and this park now has a solid 1-2 punch with this and Dragon Slayer. In 10th place is Outlaw Run at Silver Dollar City with 25 laps over 4 weekends. I had over 60 on this in 2022, but it seemed to be riding rougher in 2023, or maybe I'm just getting too old to handle more than about 3 rides a day on this, but I still love it. In 9th place is Titan at Six Flags Over Texas with 26 laps over 6 days, and 8th place is also at Six Flags Over Texas, Mr. Freeze with 28 laps. The Lone Star Coaster-thon event contributed greatly to these numbers, especially a 12-lap Mr. Freeze marathon during ERT. 7th place goes to Intimidator 305 at King's Dominion with 33 laps over 3 weekdays, including one day with 20 rides, which definitely was an endurance test. 6th place goes to Prowler at Worlds of Fun with 36 laps over 4 days. The best GCI in the country makes my top 6 for the 3rd straight year, and it's by far my second most ridden lifetime coaster with now over 200 laps. In 5th place, we go back to King's Dominion for Twisted Timbers with 36 laps over 1 less day than Prowler. For the first time ever, I didn't walk right up to the lockers for one of those laps, but I still find this with a max 2 to 3 train wait almost all the time. In 4th place is Airy Force 1 at Fun Spot Atlanta with 38 laps in barely over 1 day. It also now holds my personal daily record with 31 laps in 1 day. One of the best coasters in the world, rarely has any wait at all, even on Saturdays. In 3rd place is New Texas Giant at Six Flags Over Texas with 39 laps over 6 days. Again, the Lone Star Coaster-thon helped a lot to achieve this mark, with 19 of the 39 over those 2 days. This is now my 3rd most ridden coaster ever with 133 laps. In 2nd place, this was quite a surprise for me, it's Iron Rattler at Six Flags Fiesta Texas with 51 laps over 2 weekends. 35 of those came on the first weekend of December, including 24 on that Sunday with a light crowd. My favorite coaster makes the top 2 of this list for the 3rd straight year. I always have the most fun on this ride, and it's by far my most ridden lifetime coaster at 267 laps. But my most ridden coaster of 2023 actually goes to Time Traveler at Silver Dollar City with 53 laps over 4 weekends. This ride can draw some long lines, but it also can have times that there is no line at all, when they don't even group you. Most of my rides came when I found the ride like that, and I would take full advantage of it. Last hour of the day, or days with 105-degree temperatures, are when most of these 53 took place. The spinning aspect and smooth ride makes this so re-rideable, and I can understand anyone who says that this is their favorite in the park. Similar to last year, 4 of my top 5 are RMCs. Here is the ride count for all 10 RMCs that I got to ride this year. Nearly 20% were RMCs, but that is down from last year's total, which means that I spread the love around more. And here is a breakdown of my rides on different manufacturers. This whole list basically shows my obsession with numbers, but it also gives you an indication of what you might expect if you visit these parks. It also gives you some background on my experiences, which do have an impact on where I rank my coasters, as I look to not only how good a ride is, but also on how great or not so great the experiences I've had with it. Be sure to let me know in the comments what some of your most ridden coasters for 2023 were. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.